AWO show, baby, for life.
For life.
For life.
For life, baby. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the AWO show. We're back, and we're going to bring you the next set of movie villains. I'm super excited about it, and I'm here with my long-lost co-host. I miss him so much. My brother from another mother, SplatMan. What's up, my dude? How you doing? How's it going?
What's up, Gonzo? I miss you too, brother. It's been too long.
Yes,
but
well,
we're back, and we're going to continue this balance.
Well, the thing is, dude, what's weird about this right now is like it hasn't been that long. We've seen each other in person, but we haven't done a show in a while. So that's why it's like, oh, long lost brother, dude. It's so weird.
Yeah, it's we're definitely slacking for a little bit there, but we each had something going on. So
yeah, we had shit going on. You know?
We're back, and in time for the holidays, in time for the new year. So, let's get this rolling.
Yes, sir. Back and better than ever, baby. All right, so we left off with 30 to 21, which brings us to number 20. If you have not seen our other videos of our iconic movie villains, you can check them out. We'll put the links in the description. We're doing 20 to 11 now. So go ahead, man. Kick it off with your number 20.
And I start off at number 20. And our last show actually, my whole list of 5 on our last show was all horror movie villains. Mm-hmm. And I have one more here, so I'm going to continue that. And my number 20 is my all-time favorite movie horror villain, just because he comes at you in your nightmares. And as a kid, it's one thing you get afraid of. Sometimes you go to bed and you have nightmares, and this guy was not only Freddy Krueger. You as a kid, I love his movies between being scared and just the comedy in his movies. I loved it, and I still love it. I watch it anytime it's on. Then you have like iconics like Johnny Depp getting slaughtered in his waterbed, in the original, shit like that. And Freddy Krueger has to be on my list. And yeah, man, his whole backstory, with children, him and all the parents burning him down, burning his house, and just becoming that evil villain that haunts you in your nightmares. And once you're in that nightmare, dude, you can't get out. So like that's one thing that would scare the shit out of me. So I think it's definitely worthy of being top 20 in our movie villains list.
Oh, easily. And I love Freddy Krueger, and I love those movies, but I haven't seen them in so long, and I have to watch those again, man, because it's like they are not fresh in my mind at all. Only a little bit of maybe each one. But dude, fucking cool. I mean, really, when you look at it, I mean, everybody knows who Freddy Krueger is. Like everybody fucking knows he's so iconic, just the way he looks, being all burnt up, and like you said, everything's in people's dreams, and he's really like creating nightmares for people that actually kills them, which is fucking. I mean, it's the coolest concept, and dude, definitely worthy of top 20, easily. Could have been top 10.
Yeah,
could have been top 5.
And like you said, he's one of the most popular. I mean, every Halloween you see a Freddy Krueger.
Oh yeah.
Every Halloween you see the sweater, you see the claws, you see the face. It's just, he's iconic. So he's got to be in our iconic 50 movie villains.
All right, man. I love it. Number 19 for me. This is actually, dude, I didn't think of this guy. And my girl, a few months ago when we decided to do this, brought him up. And I'm like, and I started thinking about it. I'm like, man, how is he not on my list? So number 19 is Tyler Durden, played by Brad Pitt in Fight Club. Just one of the coolest characters ever. And when you really think about it, he was really a fucked up villain. You know what I mean? He was really a fucked up dude and really got inside people's heads and, just made them believe that they could be, and basically his universe and just make him do whatever the fuck he wanted to. And, and the movie's so much deeper than that, obviously. But, dude, fucking Brad Pitt was just so awesome in that. Great character, fucking some iconic scenes. Definitely iconic lines, too. You know what I mean? Some of the shit that he says in the movie, great. So I felt like, yeah, dude, he had to be in the top 20, 100%.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, you have a lot of picks on your lists from previous videos that I got to put a question mark on, because I mean, a villain, he might be a villain, but you know, I can't even think of the word for him, but I mean, I guess you can consider him a villain. I mean, he was part of, I forgot the other guy's character.
I don't remember his name either. And dude, I totally hear where you're coming from right now too, because when my girl said it to me, I said the same fucking shit. I'm like, but he's not like he's not even really like real in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? So it's like, how, you know, I don't know. He could go either way. He really could. And I know that I've had some other picks like that too. And I mean, I think it's a matter of perception. But to me, he was definitely did some villainous shit. You know, whether he can like be stamped as a villain or not, I totally hear where you're coming from, because I agree with you.
He was kind of the part of Edward Norton's like personality that need to come out for Edward Norton to see, you know, everything. So like in a way, he's not a villain. In a way, he is a villain. I feel like Edward Norton's character had to have that come out as, you know, to be who he is, and like to get out of the fake world he's living in. You know what I'm trying to say?
I agree.
Like, you know, putting on a fake smile and shit like that, not being happy. And then his character comes along inside his mind and creates a whole nother world for him, which, you know, I guess you can consider him a villain, but it's a toss-up for me.
I hear where you're coming from, because ultimately it's like he's, in a way, he's helping Edward Norton to like grow.
Exactly.
So, you know what I mean? But on the same token, everything that he does is like villainous kind of shit. So that's why, you know, but I don't care. Fuck it. He's going on the list, and that's that, you know, whatever. And people, it's a toss up, you know, 5 people might say he's a villain, 5 people might not, you know? Yeah. So whatever, he's going on the fucking list. And he's a great character. And
that's what's great about having 2 heads doing this, because you have 2 different ways of looking at everything. Yep. So I respect your pick, you know. Good. Great movie all around, great casting. And just like, gotta be one of the top movies for everybody, because I haven't heard anybody say they don't like Fight Club.
A great movie.
So
fucking great movie.
Great pick, Gonzo. I'm on to my next pick, number 18. Number 18. All right, number 18 is from I guess you can, not a kid's movie, maybe a family movie. Something I was brought up with, and you gotta respect this movie. You know, especially when you're a kid, you know, growing up in the 90s and watching this movie, it definitely tears at your heart, you know, tears at your soul. And I've never heard anybody say they don't like the movie. And the movie is The Lion King, and the villain is Scar. Scar, as a kid, you wondered why. Why would you kill Mufasa? You know, why would you backstab your family? You know, and that's just always stuck with me. And then, you know, just to see him the way he does it is just really, as a kid watching it, you're just really like, wow, you know. And like, he has to be on this list because all the movies I think of, you know, he's one of the characters that just comes to my mind quickly, you know, one of the first ones actually. And he's on my top 10, on our top 20. So he's definitely worthy of it, I think. And he definitely, anybody who is our age and watched that movie, you know, being young and growing up in the 90s, that will stick with you. So Scar is definitely a badass villain that is definitely worthy on this list.
Yeah, dude, 100%. And this is the way I literally just thought of this too as you were talking. But when I think about all the movies that I watched as a kid, kids movies, I really can't think of a more iconic villain from a kids movie than Scar. I mean, because that as a kid, that movie will fuck you up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll tear at your heartstrings hard as a kid. You know, it definitely, for me, it did. And I know it did for you, and probably for 95% of the other kids that ever watched it. You know what I mean? And he was evil. He was as evil as they come.
And the hardest thing is, it was family. Yeah. You know, so as a kid, even now, that's the biggest fear is, you know, your family should always stick together. And if you have someone as evil as that, it just sucks. So either way, him killing his brother, and then Simba letting him, I guess, die from the hyenas, it's a tough decision coming from a family member. So, I mean, he always had that villainous look too. I mean, just by watching the movie, the first 10 minutes of it, you knew he was going to be a bad guy. You know, just because of his dark features, his scar and shit like that, and his friendship with the hyenas. So like you kind of see it coming, but he was just an asshole.
He was an
Plain and
asshole.
simple. Plain and
Yeah.
simple.
100% asshole. Takes one to know one. And he was a fucking asshole.
He was.
All right. So I love that pick. That's a great fucking pick. Especially for a kids movie. Nailing that in there in top 20. I like it. My next pick, number 17, bro. I don't even know if you ever saw this movie. You might not know this guy. And a lot of people might not know this guy. The character is Aaron Stampler. And the movie is Primal Fear. And he's played by Edward Norton. And I really don't want to give like anything away about this movie because if you haven't seen it, I mean, you have to watch it. You can't just hear from somebody about it. I mean, it's that great of a movie. You can't like hear somebody tell you about it. You have to watch it. But Edward Norton, that to me, that's one of his fucking greatest roles that he's ever done. Easily one of his greatest fucking roles that he's ever done. And he has a lot of great ones, you know, when you think about it. It was tough for me to, you know, not name some other movies with him because he's a villain in many movies and he plays a great villain. But yeah, dude, I had to put him in here. Did you ever see that movie Primal Fear or no?
Dude, I might have watched it with you a long time ago. It's
basically, it's about a priest that gets murdered. And it's kind of like, you know, follows a investigation and, you know, a couple of lawyers, you know, going to court and, you know, having a trial and all this other stuff. And, you know, I really don't want to give anything more away about the movie than that because you just have to fucking watch it. But Edward Norton is unfucking believable, incredible in that movie. It's like so, like, just fucking, that's what acting's about. What he pulls off in that movie is just unbelievable.
And I believe it, bro, because he's awesome in everything he does, it seems like. Between, you know, Fight Club, like we mentioned, between American History X, you know, just those movies alone are some of my favorite movies.
Yeah, dude.
So I definitely have to refresh my memory. I definitely
you gotta
have
watch
to
that shit.
Watch it. But I'm pretty sure I did hear it from you when we were younger. I think we watched it at your house.
Probably.
Whether I fell asleep to it because it was our school night or what, but because I think I slept at your house on school nights more than my own night in my house.
Oh yeah, we used to do fucking school night sleepovers all the time, and I used to get away with that shit because you lived fucking 2 minutes from the school, so it was exactly. Like it's easy for me to get to school anyway.
Yeah, your parents didn't have to worry about you not going to school.
Yeah.
We lived right down the street, even though we skipped it a bunch of times.
Oh, yeah. Danny's breakfast and shit, dude, which I gotta fucking go back to that place, bro. But I don't even want. Yeah, I know. I bet it is, bro. But yeah, so that's my pick. Aaron Stampler, Primal Fear. If you haven't seen Primal Fear, fucking watch it. It's got Edward Norton and Richard Gere in it, and Laura Linney. And it's a great movie. So what do you got? What do you got for number fucking 16, brother?
All right, number 16. Wow, this is going by fast. Good pick, Gonzo. Number 16. He's from a movie that I think when this movie came out, it was like one of the biggest movies of the time. You know, and the movie is Terminator 2: Judgment Day with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Just that the whole movie was just the action scenes of that time were incredible. And the way they filmed everything, the story was incredible. And it's very rare you see a movie beat out the first movie, you know, because Judgment Day is way better than Terminator 1. In my opinion, I think most people would agree. Would you agree?
I would agree. Agree. I mean, Terminator 1's awesome, but
yeah, no, it's awesome. But I mean, and Arnold was a great villain in that one, but it doesn't match up to Judgment Day. He's definitely better as a good guy, but the villain is Robert Patrick, the T-1000. Like just watching that as a kid, like how he became like a liquid, and like how he like. There's one scene where he goes to the Edward Furlong's foster parents' house, and I just remember that one of them drinking milk or something, and he just puts the sword right through the mouth. I think the mom or the dad. I forgot. I can't really remember who exactly it was, but just seeing that scene, I was like, what? Like, what the fuck? You know, and just he was just a bad robot, bad dude, bad like, and you couldn't kill him, and that's even worse. You know, it's just like you try to kill the fucking guy, and he's not dying. So, like, I feel like he has to be on the list. I mean, you think about these movies that change the generations of movies, and I think this movie did. And to have that tech, that even the CGI in that movie to create him, like was incredible for that time.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he had to be on the list.
Yeah, and oh man, that movie just combined the CGI so perfectly with like the real action, like the fucking 18-wheeler and the motorcycles and all that shit.
I love it because nowadays that whole chase scene with the 18-wheeler, that probably all be CGI.
Oh yeah, yeah,
and that was real. That was real explosions we've seen. That was a real stuntman doing that. And it blew me away. It still blows me away.
Dude, the craziest thing about that for me, bro, is I think the first time I ever went to the drive-in my life, which I had to be like 3 years old when that came out, was to go see that. And I don't know if I was with like fucking Batman or I don't remember what it was with. I don't remember what year that came out. I think it came out like 1991. But yeah, but dude, it was like that with a comedy. But yeah, dude, I went to go see that at the drive-in when I was like 3. And I even remember being like 3, probably not even, or 4, or whatever, not even understanding it really, but like loving it just because it was the fucking sickest movie. And dude, that's a great pick. Is that the actor's name, Robert Patrick?
Yeah. That the whole getting back to the action, just like the movie, is just action after action. It's just like holy shit. And like I said, for that time, it was incredible.
It's a great story too, really. When you think about it.
It is. I just, being a kid, seeing Arnold walk through the bar to Bad to the Bone, with the leather and taking the motorcycle, with the shotgun. That shit was sick, badass.
So sick. I love it, dude. I love it. That's fucking great pick. The Ooze, man. Never forget the Ooze. That was like the fucking king. When that came out, that was like the king of CGI. Watching that guy melt down.
I know.
It was the coolest shit.
Watching them like come back together.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, oh man, unbelievable.
And then you have Arnold going out like a badass, bro.
Yeah.
He did his thing, and then he's going out with his thumbs up, and he's just fucking awesome. Yeah,
that's one of those movies that'll never be topped. Like they'll never make another Terminator that was that good. They didn't after that. There wasn't another one that was that good. And you're not gonna the movies today, just at least like action wise with all the CGI and shit, it's very difficult for them to match some of the classics from back in the day because those were so much more real. Everything felt like so fucking real as opposed to today where it's all CGI. So it's a great pick. All right, I'm gonna move on to number 15. Right, that was your number 16. You just did.
Yeah.
And we actually discussed this. One of my fucking favorite characters in any movie ever. Great movie. One of my favorite like crime gangster sort of movies. And the character is Alonzo Harris from Training Day, played by Denzel Washington. The number one thing for me is I'll just never forget when he's in the street at the end screaming, fucking King Kong ain't got shit on me and all that, dude, it just fucking, he was one of the most badass characters. I mean, he was a fucking piece of shit, but one of the most badass characters. And he had the perfect counterpart in Ethan Hawke. He played his role just as good as Denzel played his role. And it was like the perfect chemistry for that movie. And fucking, there was certain things in that movie that just kind of made me feel dirty, because he was so sleazy and fucking slimy about shit and just iconic, man. Denzel is fucking one of the greatest actors of all time.
And he like really set the bar after that movie for villains. He set the bar.
Oh, because fuck yeah.
He was like, especially being a cop, a crooked cop, just it's just he's got all the power and he's such an asshole. And, he, like you said at the end, he feels like, his people, whatever you want to call it, you should help him out, but they realize how much of a fucking prick he is.
Yeah, 100%.
We talked about this earlier, dude, and he's had to be on one of our lists.
Yeah.
He's definitely on mine. He's just that's probably one of the best roles I've ever seen him in. And he's got so many great movies. and just the way that you loved him as an actor, and then watching him be such a criminal, you know, such a bad guy, is just, you know, that's when you know he's a great actor, when he can make you feel like you want to choke this motherfucker, you want to punch him in his face through the TV screen because of all the fucked up shit he does. And then when you think he's gonna, you know, let someone go, or when you think he's gonna, you know, be a good guy and make the right decision, he makes a complete wrong decision. You know, so like, great pick. He has to be on this list.
Yeah, dude.
100%
worthy.
Yeah, all around great movie too.
Yeah,
you know, I can watch that movie a million times and not get sick of it.
Yep.
I always wanted his Monte Carlo. I love that car he has in that movie. Just great movie, dude. Great pick.
Hell yeah, brother. Love it.
All right, so on to the next one. I'm on my number 13.
14.
14? All right, number 14. I'm sorry, folks. I don't know how to count. Number 14 is to one of my childhood favorite movies. I've actually mentioned this movie in our top movies list. And if you haven't seen it, you can go back into our videos and find it. And that is The Goblin King, played by David Bowie in The Labyrinth. You know, he wasn't the most evilest dude, but you know, he's making Sarah, I think her name was in the movie, you know, go through the maze, go through the labyrinth, going through this, making these situations tougher, making these choices. You know, he poisons her with the apple. He's the Goblin King, dude. He's just a great villain, played by David Bowie. He's awesome, and just I have never seen a character portrayed like him before, ever, in a movie. So, you know, I gotta give him respect. Rest in peace. Great musician. The soundtrack to the movie is great, and he just played an awesome character. So yeah, the Goblin King.
Yeah, and I agree, because like really when you want to like think about iconic, fucking David Bowie. You know what I mean? Like just David Bowie playing that role, totally iconic. You know, it's that's like sums up the whole point of this fucking video thing that we're doing with iconic movie villains. Because really, when you want to think about iconic, the fucking David Bowie, there'd probably be a picture of him in the dictionary right next to it. You know what I mean? So that's a great pick. I didn't even think about that either. You know, so that's cool. You busted out one that fucking. I love when we pick ones that we don't think about, and then we're like, shit, dude, that's a great one, because that's what makes the list fucking awesome. That's what makes me enjoy doing it a lot too. Is when I forget ones and you come out with them, and then you forget ones and I come out with them, and it's like, oh yeah, fucking, I didn't even think about that, but you did. You know?
Yeah, and like it's probably tough for some people to choose him, because I mean, you just chose Denzel Washington from Training Day, and then I chose David Bowie as the Goblin King in Labyrinth. You know, Denzel did so much, you know, more villainous things as a villain, as like a hated person, and David Bowie really didn't. But he played the villain of that movie, and I gotta give respect to that. He might not match up to Denzel Washington, you know, as a villainous level, but he's the villain of that movie. Great movie.
Within that realm, he did though. Like when you think about it, you know, like if we're, you know, judging movie to movie, it might be a little bit different as you know, if we were doing it like that. But it's just about, you know, the characters in their movies. You know, not compared to any other characters, the characters in their movies. That's how I look at this list, and I know that's how you look at it too. And that's how they make the list, or they don't. It's within their movie, their realm, and that's a great fucking pick. That's a great pick. Labyrinth's a great movie. I loved it. Watched it all the time when I was a kid, and you know, David Bowie, truly iconic. You know, great musician, great in that movie, and I love that pick. What was that? That was your number 14, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'll move on to number 13, and I've actually kind of surprised myself with this one, because when we first decided to do this, in my mind it was like, okay, he's number 1, but he's really not. And today, when I really had to crack down and narrow down my top 10, he came in, you know, on my top 10, he's fucking number 6. You know what I mean? And I got him at number 13 on our overall list here. And it's Alex DeLarge, played by Malcolm McDowell in A Clockwork Orange, which is my favorite movie. You know, he's a great villain, fucking unbelievable in that movie. And that's, you know, it's just one of those movies where it's like, you're not gonna, the shit that happens in that movie, you're not gonna see in any other movie. You know what I mean? Because it's so fucking weird. It's such a weird movie. But
definitely stands out.
Yeah,
you know, as in being a different type of movie.
Yeah. And just he's Malcolm McDowell, man, holy shit! So that movie like really kind of showed me what a great actor he was. You know, and I'm sure other people saw him in many other movies and thought he was great, and they don't like Clockwork Orange, but in that movie, dude, fucking, he played that role incredibly. You know, and it was just to see the journey that he goes through as a villain in the movie, and kind of where he comes out at the end, is what makes it truly iconic. The way he can kind of change up his character so much in that movie. That's what makes it iconic for me, because he's not really a villain in the whole movie. You know, he kind of ends up being vulnerable in the movie. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's cool when you get to see a movie like that where it's, you know, an iconic villain, but they also become vulnerable in the movie, and it's a crazy story, and, you know, just everything about it. But yeah, it has to be on my list. And like I said, originally it was going to be my number one, but there's just, the ones that I have ahead of him, they had to be ahead of him. So yeah, he's coming in at number 6 on my list, number 13 on our list.
Yeah, no, I love that pick. It's a great pick. I knew you were going to pick him.
Yeah.
And you know what sucks? It sucks that movie doesn't get as much credit as it needs. It should. Just the whole like the artistic way of looking at the movie, and just how different it is. And it sucks because I tell the people that have seen the movie, you know, like 70% of them don't like the movie, and then the people that I tell to watch that movie, they find no interest in it. So like, I feel like that movie just deserves so much more credit than it does. And I like that pick. Like I said, I knew you were kind of going to go that route. So, you know, there's no
how could I not?
Yeah, exactly. So there was no reason for him to be on my list, because I knew it was going to come from your mouth.
Yep.
So, you know, great pick. Great pick.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
So now we're on number 12.
Number fucking 12.
Number 12. Number 12, you know, you can see him as a movie villain. You can see him as a comic book villain. You can see him as a TV show villain. You can see him as a cartoon villain. Whatever you want to look at him like. But he has to be on my list, because growing up, I loved him. You know, and I really hated him, but I loved him, and he's a great villain for something that was a huge part of my childhood, and that was the Ninja Turtles. So I got to bring up Shredder, the Shredder. Wow. Great villain, you know, all around villain. You know, you're my age, you're our age. You know who Shredder is. He's got to be there for even Ninja Turtles to be there. You know, that's their main villain. So, you know, and Shredder in the original Ninja Turtle movies, I thought for that time that movie was incredible. You know, between the costumes, between the way the Shredder looked, between his attitude, just it blew me away. It still does, and I respect him as a villain. Shredder is the man, and I gotta say, the voice of Shredder, I don't know his name offhand. He was the uncle from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like,
I don't know.
He died. Rest in peace. So like, he's just had an iconic voice, you know, in the cartoons. It was awesome. So, yeah, Shredder.
Yeah, dude, that's a great pick. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, dude, Shredder, what a great pick, dude. And it's cool too. That's another one that, you know, kids can relate to, you know, because that was big part of my childhood too. Watched a lot of those shows, a lot of the movies, all of it. You know, I loved it. Played the game, or the games, I should say, because there was more than one. But yeah, dude, fucking awesome pick right there. Shredder. Can't have a fucking list without Shredder. Can't.
Yeah. It was Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince. Remember Uncle Phil?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He died last year, I think it was, or a couple years ago. I don't know. Time flies, but
great voice.
He's the one who did the original voice for Shredder on the cartoons. So like, you gotta give respect for that.
Hell yeah, great voice. All right, so that was number 12. Number 11. Holy shit.
You're going to finish up today's list.
No, yeah, I am. I am going to finish up today's list. That's right, because you got number 10. And that's a new list, baby. That's a new video. Number 11, dude. This guy could have been on number 1 on my list. And now we're getting down. I could have rearranged this fucking last 6 that I have any fucking way. But this is one of my favorite fucking characters ever. And it's a short role. You know, he's only in the movie for fucking a short time. One of my favorite movies of all time. But this is just a character that stands out to me. And you know, and when you think of iconic villains, he just has to be there. And the movie is True Romance, and it's Drexel, played by Gary Oldman. First thing I can say about it is that you've never seen Gary Oldman play a character like this. You know what I mean? This is one that Gary Oldman, you're going to see him in a whole different light, and you're going to be like, wow, Gary Oldman is a really fucking great actor if you didn't already know that. But this character, man, holy shit. He's only in the movie for like 15 minutes or whatever, but like he nails it better than anybody else could have nailed it. It would have been a fucking travesty if they casted anybody else to play that character, because he was so perfect for it, and everything he did was perfect. He nailed the character. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to give too much away about him. You know, he's a gangster dude. He's a lowlife, you know, but he's a very unique character. And the movie is great. You know, you have to watch the movie if you haven't seen the movie. And I know we've already said that probably in 5 other videos that we've done. But you've seen True Romance. You know, yes. Drexel.
Yeah, it's Christian Slater's in it too, right?
Yeah. You know,
great movie. And Gary Oldman, like, he was great in that, even though he wasn't in that long. But he just, like, he's another actor you have to appreciate so much, because he's just an incredible actor. So many movies he's done, you know, and it seems like every movie he's into it's a different role. You know, he's not just playing the same character. You know, just he's so good, and I love him as an actor. I loved him and it's funny because when I think of villain, like, you know, Fifth Element, you know, he was a villain in that. You know, he was an asshole in that, and just all around great actor. And yeah, great movie, great pick. There's nothing more I can say about Gary Oldman, to be honest with you. So.
Well, you know, what's crazy too is I never realized he has an accent. You wouldn't even really know in a lot of his movies, but he does. And you know,
it's funny because most of these actors nowadays have accents. And you don't really notice it really until you actually look it up, and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people come from like England and shit, and you know, Australia and stuff, and like they do the you know, the accent so well on TV, like an American accent, you know, so well that you have to, like, you're shocked when you see like them in a like an interview, and you're like, holy shit, that dude's got an accent.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, you know, I was shocked too, to be honest with you. So
yeah, I agree. Yeah, dude, fucking wow, dude. We're moving on to the top 10.
Yeah, and that was a great pick to finish with. True Romance. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's a great thriller movie. You know, it's a fun movie to watch.
Fuck yeah!
Give it a chance. Give it a try.
Yep. You like if you like Quentin Tarantino, you got to watch it.
Yeah, definitely. So great.
He wrote it.
Great pick to end it. I'm excited for our top 10. It's going to be a tough one. We're probably going to have a couple of the same picks, so we're going to have to do some work. So I'm ready.
I honestly think we're only going to have one pick that's the same, but we'll find that out as soon as we do this next video. And I can't wait. I can't fucking wait, because these are going to be the best fucking villains. And you know, honestly, I'm more confident with this fucking list of villains than I was with deaths. You know, because there were deaths that came to my mind after and shit. But these villains, man, I really took my time and, you know, kind of combed through, you know, so many different movies, and, you know, just thought about. I had a lot of time. We both had a lot of time to think about it. We didn't rush it, and I really think that this next 10, I don't think we're gonna have. I think we might have one that's the same, and if that, and I just think they're going to be great fucking villains. So I can't wait. And if you guys haven't checked out our videos, you know, go to the links below for our previous movie villains videos, and you can check out our top 50 iconic movie deaths. That's on our channel too. But yeah, I can't wait to do this fucking last 10, brother. Let's do it.
Yeah, me too. I'm very excited, and you do surprise me with a lot of your picks. So now that you say it, you kind of go in a different direction than I do. So now that you say it, we might not have a lot of the same picks, but I'm excited to hear yours, bro. And if you know, if you're watching this video right now, and if you want to make your own top 10 list villains, it's harder than you think. I'm telling you, because there's so many out there, so many iconic roles. So try it, give it a try, and comment, and make sure you like this video, and make sure you subscribe to our channel. You know, we're gonna get back into it. We were away for a couple months, but we're back, and we're better than ever.
Yeah, brief hiatus, man. That's all, and we love any feedback that we can get, and that's a great idea too. You know, have other people, anybody that's watching this, go ahead, try to make a movie villains list, and see how difficult it is when you really think about all the movies that you've watched. If you love movies, and it's very tough, you know. And but I'm confident in this list. You know, I really am. So hopefully everybody enjoyed the video, and we are going to be coming right back with the final top 10 movie deaths.
Movie villains.
Movie villains. I'm an idiot. I gotta cut that out now. I'm gonna have to cut that out. That's
fucking, dude. Just roll with it, bro.
That's stupid.
We're not perfect.
We're not perfect.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we're on the movie villains list. Not movie deaths, because I'm a fucking idiot. But yeah.
No.
I hope you guys enjoyed.
You're a fucking asshole.
I'm an asshole. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And don't forget to hit that red bell. Do everything that he said, but don't forget to hit that red bell so you know when we drop a new video.
All right, everybody. Peace and love.
Yes. Peace out. Thanks for watching.